Hey, bro. Welcome.
¿Cómo están?
Awesome, guys. Awesome. Well, we are here ready. A few minutes from getting started. It's 8 o'clock. I'm going to give it one more minute. I am going to record the call in Zoom, too. If you want to connect via Zoom, go to the Facebook page, Global Impact, and I posted the link right there if anybody wants to join us via Zoom and look at us and ask us ask any questions you like. So you can post the questions or the comments on the chat there. I'm going to mute the light over there. Tell us where you're from and your name. People logging in.
From Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico.
Bienvenido.
Bienvenido, campeón. Estamos en Facebook también. Go to Global Impact. I mean, on Zoom, I'm sorry. I posted the link on our page, Global Impact, if you want to connect there too. It's in the comment section. Yeah, right. If you go to the first, yeah, go ahead.
It's under the post for the Global Impact call. Cesar put it in the comments, the Zoom link.
Yes, sir. Okay, at 8:02, I'm going to mute the line. So if anybody's connecting right now, go ahead and tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Bill and Becky in New York.
Hello.
Hello, New York. Welcome.
Colleen and Kenzie from Prosper, Texas.
Hey, friends. What's going on? Ken and Colleen, miss you. All right. Anybody else joining in? I see somebody on Zoom right there. Magali and Joe Thomas, how are you guys? Are you muted? But feel free to post a comment.
Wayne and Natasha Williams from McKinney, Texas.
Hey, Wayne and Natasha, how you doing?
If you just got on the line, if you'd rather be on the Zoom, if you look under the comments for the post on Global Impact for this call, you can connect on via Zoom. Either way.
Okay, so star 5. It is 8:02, and I'm going to mute the lines right now. What is it? Star 5.
All participants are muted, and they can unmute themselves.
All right, everybody. Hey, Magali, saying hi via Zoom. Thank you so much for connecting here via phone and via Zoom. We love you guys. We are so honored to be on this call that Selena and Rudy invited us to be a part of this. So we are so excited, and we miss each one of you. Haven't seen y'all in a while. Yeah. And we just want to share a couple of thoughts that we've been learning of how the business is exploding over in Europe, especially with the coronavirus. We're going to share a little bit of the strategy of what they're doing right now over there. And we're going to touch on a couple of points that during the virtual RTE we had yesterday, which was amazing. And we translated it in Spanish. And if you have teams in Spanish, remember, we're here to help you and to serve you in any way we can. Let us know, and we'll plug them into our groups. And also, we want to share 3 points regarding this season, right, honey? Right, Pam?
Yeah, we got to go to church today, and I know a lot of you had church via internet, but we actually met at ours, and it was really good. No touching, and all the hand sanitizer and all the sanitizing that went on before, but. Just a few of the first point was just to walk in wisdom. And I think I appreciate that we have this group of people that thinks outside the box, and we're positive thinkers. We aren't reactionary. We're people that have already not just gone with the masses. And so I think that when we think about walking in wisdom, I think we're walking with people who have a lot of wisdom on this team. But Proverbs 22:3 says, a prudent person foresees danger and takes precautions. The simpleton goes blindly on and suffers the consequences. So, we want to take precautions. We want to be smart, but I'm so thankful that we don't go to extremes. We're not panicking, and we're also not being foolish, we didn't meet for RTE yesterday, but it didn't matter. You know, we were able to adjust, and champions adjust, and that's what everybody's doing in this situation. So I think what God wants is for us to have peace, to trust in Him. Just we can be the ones that are like that solid rock, like Jesus is, to the people around us that are in fear. You know, I'm thankful that we're not living in fear.
That's right. Thank you, honey. And yeah, that's point number one, act wisely. And that goes right into point number two, which is respond with compassion to others. There are, like you said, Pam, two extremes, right? One extreme is to be in total panic and go buy all the toilet paper in the store. I don't know if you had that problem already, but running out of food, and because people are in total fear and anxiety. That's one extreme. But there's also another extreme, like you mentioned in Proverbs says, to just say, oh, it's nothing. Nothing will happen. And I think we have to be sensitive and respect others' views.
Yeah, I had to remind Cesar because, you know, in the Mexican culture, sometimes they really make fun of a lot of things, and just kind of like, well, I don't know, why do you do that, honey?
Well, Mexican culture, and some of you that maybe come from other cultures, we grew up with a lot of oppression. You know, since the Spanish conquered the Indians, you know, we're the result of both cultures, and so it's been a culture of abuse of authority. So I think one way that we deal with it is by making fun of it, making fun of tragedy. But sometimes that can be dangerous too, because that will show lack of sensitivity. And now, in my case now, because we are entrepreneurs, we are positive thinking people, we're always thinking of the possibilities and the solutions. Sometimes we may put down people that are actually genuinely afraid.
Yeah, mm-hmm. I think that in anything, it's going to be humility that opens the door for us. And there's a lot of people that we've shared this opportunity with, and maybe you've shared your faith in Christ with, whatever it is, you know, that you're sharing. You want to have that door open in times like this, because if somebody is afraid and somebody is just lost their job or laid off, watch, you know, their money that they invested in the stock market for retirement go down by a third this week. You know, people are hurting, and we have the opportunity to come in humility and share what we have. And I think humility is the key.
Yeah. I still have a job, right? And my boss just told me he wanted to retire in a few years, and yeah, he's lost like he lost like less than half of all his retirement. But now a lot of people are losing much more than that. And, you know, a quick parenthesis now, since we're talking about it, part of the reason for the explosion in Italy is because people are trapped in their homes, and many of them are not working, and they're looking for ways to make money.
Explosion with worldventures.
With worldventures. Yeah. Thank you.
I don't think you've told them that.
Yeah, no. But so last weekend, guys, we had a Super Sunday it was over 3,000 people. Some leaders from Europe, because I have a team in Europe, reached out to me and asked me if we could do a Super Sunday with David Peach, and I reached out to him, and IMD Juan Felipe Mejia from Colombia. You know, Colombia is #1 in growth right now all over the world, selling the silver membership. And we're going to talk about it in a few minutes, how they're doing it. And it's very similar to what Troy Brown talked about yesterday during RTE. But anyway, so we have that webinar with over 3,000 people, translated into 5 different languages: Italian, Romanian, Russian, Spanish, and French. And the 2 days after that, their leaders were sending me screenshots, 230 people, 325 people on their Zooms. Why? Because right now, during the time of need, people need hope. People need other options. Because at first, people were saying, hey, nobody wants to travel right now. Well, right now, they're not thinking about traveling right away, but they're thinking about making money, because most people know that this crisis will be over. And there's a saying that says that you can live 30 days without food, 3 days without water, 3 minutes without oxygen, but only 3 seconds without hope. You know, what we do is share hope all around us. And that's part of the point number 2, right, Pam? Sensitivity to others.
Yeah, have confidence. we really have what people need and
Yeah.
what they don't even know what they need probably, but we have it, you know, so we can be confident. They're looking for people with confidence that can say, you know, here's the solution.
Mhm.
This is where we're going. We're not going to be in our homes forever. I mean, people are going to want to travel after being stuck in their
Yeah.
homes for a while. So I just keep getting these messages through Hopper coming up on my feed saying, round trip tickets, Dallas to Hawaii, $292. Dallas to, I think it was Orlando, it was like 50 some dollars.
Yeah.
I don't know, it's crazy, you know. People are seeing that too, and they're gonna want to get away, you
Yeah.
know.
You know, it's a combination between empathy, like Pam said, you know, let's not make fun of him. Let's not put him down for being afraid or anxious. We're going to talk a little bit more in a couple of minutes here, but also be completely certain about what we have. Now, not just our opportunity, guys, but if you have been with our company, with our training for any length of time, you are in the top 1% of a whole world in personal development. The person that you are today, think about this, and you can tell me in the comments on Zoom here if you're on Zoom. The person that you are today, it's a better version of yourself than you were just a week ago, a month ago, a year ago. So people are looking for certainty. Whenever there's a confrontation of ideas or an interaction between two people, the person with the most certainty always wins, always influences the other person.
Yeah, and people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. And that was another scripture, Proverbs 18:2. Fools have no interest in understanding. They only want to air their own opinions. So we're going in wanting to understand where people are at and bring hope and bring solutions.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So not only we must be thinking about how am I going to stay healthy, but how can I help others? How can I reach out to others? I have somebody in South America that just called me in my team, called me for a 3-way call. And he's like, man, I have somebody who's ready to sign up. I'm like, how did you contact him? He says, he contacted me for another opportunity with products. And when I showed him what we have, he's like, what? I think I'm gonna join you instead. And he told me I need to dig through my list because there are people in my warm market that I have not contacted yet. This guy, I was in his list, you know. And just like the teachers in the system, you have your hot list. If you're pretty new here in this call, you're watching the Zoom and you just got started, you need to go after your top 20 first. That's your hot market. After that, phase number 2 is your warm market. You have a list of about 200 people that are still in your sphere of influence that are just waiting for you to contact them, and they're going to be thanking you for doing so. So point number 3, then, pray instead of worrying. I didn't say don't worry. No, I say pray instead of worrying. Fill the gap, that void with prayer, because it takes the same amount of energy. And you don't know what next week's going to hold. I mean, how many of you have had a different week than the previous week? Right? We don't have guaranteed even a day, even a moment, you know. Be grateful and think, how can I touch other people with the opportunity that we have? Because what I said a few minutes ago, they don't only get the opportunity, they get to work with you. And you're going to impact their lives in a positive way.
Yeah, and remember, we're a community, and so if anybody needs something, I'm getting a case of toilet paper delivered to my house, you know, because I couldn't get any on the shelf. So I'm going to have toilet paper. Give me a call. I mean, we don't need to. We're not alone. I mean, that's another thing that this business provides is community and friendship. There's somebody that you can call if you can't find the loaf of bread on the shelf. You know, don't worry. Pray, reach out to somebody. We're here. We got your back.
That's right. That's right. Honey, why don't you read, there's another scripture, Philippians 4, 6, and 7.
Don't worry about anything. Instead, pray about everything. Tell God what you need and thank him for all he has done. Then you will experience God's peace. This peace will guard your heart and mind.
In Christ Jesus. The peace of God that passes all understanding. In the book of Philippians was written by the Apostle Paul. The Apostle Paul was in prison. He was in a Roman prison. So let's have an abundance mentality, not a scarcity mentality, and reach out to people that are that are needing of that hope.
Yeah.
Remember that 90% of the population are employees. They were trained to follow directions. Do you know that the traditional school system that we have today was created in Europe? It's the Prussian style of schooling, which was designed to create workers. That's why you have a bell. Ring. Maybe not anymore today. I don't know because we don't school our kids. But when I grew up, it was a bell. You had to line up. And then they told you when you could go to the bathroom, what time you had to be there, what time you could eat, what time you could leave, when you could go on vacation and not go on vacation. And they train you perfectly to be an employee, to follow directions, to do exactly the same thing that you're doing in school. People feel trapped. They have monotonous lives and they're looking for hope. If you are outside of that box now by being in an incredible company with incredible system that we have, you are 1 in 1,000. So your job is to cast vision and bring hope to those people who don't have it.
Yeah, I'm just thinking, in your neighborhood, on your street, in your apartment complex, people are going to be home, and if somebody is letting them know, I know our neighborhood has a Facebook page. I'm thinking I should post. I've got extra toilet paper. I've got this. If anybody needs anything, if you need somebody to go to the store for you, whatever it is, reach out to people. This is a time not to just be thinking about you, but it's a time to find out what are the needs around you. That's going to open up doors.
Yeah, check it out. I mean, I think I was frustrated for the first 2 years I was in this business because I didn't know why I couldn't grow it. I don't know what I was doing. I was unconsciously incompetent, which is the first phase of learning, and I was frustrated. Then the second phase, the second 2 years in this business, when I became consciously incompetent, I was like, dude, I'm so bad at this. I didn't know I was bad. Now I see it. I was embarrassed. I remember we would go to an event, and I was excited about the event. And as soon as we get to the event, I was pissed. I was mad. And Pam was like, what's the matter? And I'm like, I want to be at the next level, and I'm not yet. And I remember praying to God and about 1.5 years ago, and just saying, God, you told me that you would bring me thousands to influence. And I just remember, not audibly, but just feeling it in my spirit, God saying, just be faithful with the people that I put in front of you, whether it's 1, 2, or 5. And I will bring the masses when you're ready, and if you're ready. And when I started changing my mindset, guys, to just serving the people that God put in front of me and prospect them for their own good, not for my good, not so I could hit a rank or lifestyle bonus level, whatever, but just truly looking at their lives and reaching out to them, like you were just saying, look at the needs of the people around you. God started bringing the right people to our business, and that's when we went marketing director. And I just found out that we just hit the LTE lifestyle 100,000, and I didn't know, but I was looking at the 1099 forms because I couldn't find a report on the website. I called customer service, and they like, oh, sorry, we can't help you. So I went back to the 1099, and I realized that this last year our check was 3 times from what had been previous years, and I wasn't focusing on that. I was just focusing on helping the serving them. You want to say something about that, or just move on to the next quote? All right. So Corrie ten Boom, you know who Corrie ten Boom? Tell them who she was, honey.
Well, she was in World War II. She helped. She and her family. Her dad was a watchmaker. They helped hide Jews in their home and got caught and had to be put in concentration camps. And she was the only one in her family, I think, that survived. And she has a really powerful testimony.
Yeah.
She had. I want to say the quote.
Oh, you said the quote.
So good.
You said better than me too.
Worry doesn't empty tomorrow of its sorrows. It empties today of its strength.
That's good. That's really good quote. So, in Mark Twain said, do you have the other one?
No.
Well, Mark Twain, philosopher, American writer, he said, he's a philosopher. He was a thinker, and he was a writer. He said, I've been through some terrible things in my life, some of which actually happened. 90% of things that you were worried about never happened. And 10% of them you can't even control. So focus on what you can control and be grateful for what you do have. People need to see people that are firm, steady, and have faith. And with that, I want to share a couple of things that I have from. I want to close with this, honey, with the National Day of Prayer real quick. But just a reminder. I don't know if you guys were at the RTE. If you were, you can write in the comments so I can see here on Zoom. But Troy Brown said that right after Momentum in Arizona, he had to have surgery for cancer, and they removed what I don't know exactly. He wasn't very specific, but removed part of the dangerous area in his body. And for the next 2 weeks, he couldn't travel. Here's Janelle saying she was on. Way to go, Janelle. And Troy Brown started hearing about teams that are exploding, just like in South America, just like in Europe. And he started asking these leaders, what are you doing? He looked at his own back office and he said, man, what are these guys doing? And he started interviewing them and he found a trend. And you can correct me anytime. You know, it's good. It's good. So he compared how much more residual income you would make from selling gold or platinum versus silver. And for many of us, we think, man, silver, you'll make hardly anything when you signed up. But if you remember Eddie Head at Momentum sharing the subscription economy, and he shares some graphs here of why it's exploding. Netflix, Spotify, what was the other? Amazon is just exploding. He talked about how he got Netflix when Netflix first came out. And for 7 years, he never even used it. He didn't know how. But because it was so cheap, he never discontinued it. And he shared that the retention rate for the last 2 months since silver was announced is 92.7%. Eddie Head got on the RTE yesterday. So how many of you would like to create, instead of $200 in residual income, $7,440 in residual income in the next year? How is that done? By selling silver memberships. And I'm not going to get into the details because I'm not green. I would have to do all those all kinds of numbers. But if you'd like me to share the screenshots that I took from that presentation, I'll be glad to do that. And basically what they're doing, I don't know if you were on Troy's presentation last night as well, it's only 26 minutes. He starts telling his story and how he's traveling with a company. Then he has
pictures of dreamtrips.
Yes. First. And then he tells them, but I'm not here to talk about dreamtrips, which is our incredible service that we have in this amazing VIP club. I'm going to talk to you about a new way in which everybody's going to be able to travel, and it's called silver. And he starts showing all the savings with silver. And basically what he does is what people are doing is just signing them up on silver, and then they upgrade to gold and platinum. And the ratio of people that are signing up is so much higher. Same thing in Colombia. That's what they're doing. They're getting them on silver, and then you tell them there's going to be a team trip. If you want to come on this team trip, you need to you can experience it as a silver, and once they experience it, they want to upgrade to gold or platinum. But what they're doing differently, they're doing the all-in-one invite, present, and close. And they basically say, you text or you call and say, just launched the first, hey, John, just launched the first ever wholesale travel website where we can get the best price of all hotels and resorts at a wholesale. Is that something you'll be interested in? If they say yes, you tell them, awesome, man, it's $25. What's your address? And you start taking the order, like sign them up. If they're not ready, well, I need more info. You send them the Michael Kaplow 2.5-minute video, which is in Chillin Silver. I can't see here. So Chillin Silver, yeah. ChillinSilver.com, which is Chillin worldwide. ChillinSilver.com. And then after that, you call them in 4 minutes or 3 minutes or whatever it was. And then if they're not interested right now, you know what, right now is not a good time. Then you tell them, just do me a favor. Next time you book a hotel or resort, can you give me a call to do a price comparison on our website? That's it. And if there is any interest on making income from home, then you set up a Zoom presentation where you can show them in more detail how that would work. And that's the simplicity and the speed at which this can grow right now. Do you want to add anything about that, honey?
No, just, you know, it's before it was hard to catch people at home. We're not going to have that problem. You know, look at the advantages that we have. It's a time when we can get a hold of people. And I'm just thinking too, you know, who doesn't want to go to the beach and be in the sunshine, get some vitamin D? You know, what did they prescribe for people, you know, to get healthy? It's the sun and the sea. So, hey, we have that.
I don't know if you've been seeing pictures. We saw pictures of some friends that are traveling right now, and there's nobody's on the planes. Yeah. You get amazing prices. So again, that's a spectrum that you need to work with right now. Are you going to be on the place that I want to be safe, I don't want to travel right now? That's okay. But are you on the other end of the spectrum where you feel like, I'm going to be wise, but I think it's actually a good time to go and take advantage of these amazing prices? We follow Dave Ramsey, and he had just a meeting with all his whole company in Puerto Rico, and it was incredible. They had like their own butler because the hotel was so empty right now. So anyway, everybody needs to consider that on their own. But whether it's right now or later, actually this opens up a whole world of opportunity for us in the next 2 years. Let's finish with this. National Day of Prayer. President Trump called for that today. And, you know, God is not shocked with what's going on today. He has the whole world in his hands, like the song says. He has the whole world in his hands. He has the whole world in his hands. He's got the whole world in his hands. He's got the whole world in his hands. We serve an unshakable, faithful God. And in Psalm 18, we are reminded of God's promise to be there for us. And I'm going to close with reading that in English, because Kim tried to read it in Spanish today, and it was a little difficult. But guys, I just want you to be encouraged, because this is a temporary problem that opens up a huge opportunity for us. People are looking for something. People are looking for an option to travel in the midterm, in the long term, and people are looking for an option to make money online right now, and people are looking for people to follow, and that person is you.
Yeah, and know that the people in Italy, in Worldventures, that have gone through this before we're going through it here in the United States, they are coming out victorious. Their teams are growing, and have faith. You know, look at what they're doing and know, you know, this is not going to stop you. It's a matter of attitude, move forward. God's going to give you a plan. Selena will give you a plan if you need one, but you can do this. And God says, or we say to God, Psalm 18 says, I will love you, O Lord, my strength. The Lord is my rock and my fortress and my deliverer, my God, my strength, in whom I will trust, my shield and the horn of my salvation, my stronghold. I will call upon the Lord, who is worthy to be praised. So shall I be saved from my enemy, the coronavirus.
That's right. That's right. Guys, we live in an amazing time. I'm so grateful to be, you know, I'm an immigrant to this great country, and I need you all to have the heart of an immigrant who looks at the bright side, who looks at the opportunity, who is grateful with what God has given us. We have an amazing opportunity with this company. Let's take advantage of it, and let's impact thousands of people all over the world. And if you have anybody who speaks Spanish, we're here to help you. Just if you don't have our number, get my number, WhatsApp, phone number, whatever. If you want to ask any other questions, I'm going to finish the call here on the phone, and I'll continue for a couple more minutes here on Zoom. And just thank you again, Rudy, Selena, for giving us the opportunity to host this call. Guys, we love you. Let's go to the top together. We are already beyond blessed. Let's go change the world. Make a global impact.
Yes.
Have a great week. God bless you all on this call. and on Zoom. Bye-bye, everyone on the phone and on Zoom. Everybody, thank you so much for joining. Joe, thank you, brother. Thank you, everyone. Magali, gracias, Magali. Thank you, Janelle. How are you? Jans, hello. Thank you so much, guys, for logging in. We believe in each one of you. Melissa.
The Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord make his face to shine upon you, give you peace.
That's right. Have an awesome week.
Nos vemos.
Bye.